everybody, and welcome to the GOG live stream here for Wednesday, June 24th, 2015. I'm MegapiemanPHD, and with me I have a couple of the guys from FrozenByte, the developers of the Trine series. How you guys doing today?
Thanks, we're doing great.
Yeah, thanks.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you do at FrozenByte?
Well, my name's Kai. I'm a marketing guy, and
Yeah, I'm Joel. I'm the vice president, so I've been doing quite a lot of different stuff over the past 10 years.
So we got a little bit of a treat for you guys here today on twitch.tv/GOG.com. It was just announced that Trine 3 is available for pre-order over on GOG.com. And as a way of showing that off, all the other Trine games, both Trine 1 and Trine 2, are currently 75% off. So if you've ever had any interest in the Trine series, definitely head over to GOG.com. Now is the time to grab it. And in order to try to introduce those of you into the Trine series who have maybe never seen it before or have no idea what it is, on this stream for the next 2 hours, the developers and I, if everything works correctly, are going to be playing through all 3 of them. Not completely, because that would be ridiculous. But we're going to give each game about 40 minutes. And hopefully everything works the way that we hope it works. So, are you guys ready quite yet?
not quite yet. Yeah, sorry for everybody. We just made a little mistake on our end with the installs of them.
That's all right, that's all right. That gives us time to talk about stuff. So, what exactly is Trine? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, we actually ran into some new kind of problem. So
That's all right. That's all right. We're
Yeah.
used to live troubleshooting here on GOG.com. Just let me know when you guys are ready, and I'll go on to no sound. Somebody doesn't have sound. Is there actually no sound going on? There shouldn't be game sound. There we go. Now we got some game sound. I had the game muted there for a little bit. Speaking of sound, when it comes to live streaming, the easiest thing to fix are volumes. So, if there's any issues when it comes to anything being too loud or being too quiet, let me know, and I'll do the best that I can to accommodate as many people as possible. So while they work on stuff, I'm going to talk the chat's ears off a little bit. But what Trine is Trine is a... it's kind of like a 2.5D game, I guess. It's more of just like a 2D game because you don't go forward and backward into the environment. It's a 2D platformer in which you play as 3 characters all at the exact same time. There's a wizard who can create boxes and do little else. There's a thief who can use a bow and arrow and swing around with a rope thing. And there's a knight who can murder things with his sword and block stuff with his shield. And utilizing each different character's abilities and powers, and by switching between all 3 different characters, you're able to make your way throughout the different levels and overcome the different puzzles in order to get to the end of the area. Even though in this game you mostly always end up going to the right, I've seen very, very few times in this game where you end up going to the left. And it does have combat in it. The thing that is really the main focus, at least from I find for Trine, are the puzzles. Figuring out how to utilize all 3 abilities from all of your 3 characters in order to progress further down the line. Each one does have a little bit of combat stuff. I mean, the thief has her bow, the knight, of course, has his sword, and you can throw boxes at people as the wizard. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. He's proficient in boxing, but yeah, it's I like the games quite a lot, and one of the things that Trine's definitely known for is looking really, really good. And I definitely have to say that throughout the 3 games, I've played a little bit of all 3 games, and they definitely look pretty good. Did I cover just about everything, guys? Did I miss anything?
yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, that's right. This game also has 3-player co-op. So, in single player, you can switch between all 3 characters on your own, but in co-op, you can have up to 3 different, or up to, I guess, 2, because you're included, up to you and 2 friends going around and working together as each character individually. So that's what we're going to try to do here. If we can get everything working, we're going to try to do a little bit of multiplayer here for you guys for the Trine games. Is everything going all right with you guys, or are there still some issues to be worked out?
Yeah, we're pretty close. Hopefully.
All right.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes probably.
I'm also going to leave this open to chat for questions. If anybody has any questions for either of our 2 guys here from FrozenByte, leave them in chat, and I will try to pass them on. I believe they also have chat open, so if you guys see them, feel free to just answer whatever questions you feel like answering if you see it right in chat. This is your time to talk, so anything you want to talk about, go ahead and do it. Be it Trine-related, business-related, the weather-related. It's been really, really hot over here, man. It's been really
the weather here is pretty bad, so it's been raining all day.
All summer, actually.
Yeah, all summer.
We've got this terrible cycle of it gets really hot and then it rains like crazy, and then it gets really hot and then it rains like crazy. It's terrible. It's just bad.
Yeah. But yeah, the good news is that we should be ready now.
All right.
So if you want to host a game,
I will attempt to host a game. All right. We will do host a public game or a private game. Which one do you think I should do?
Either is fine, yeah. Doesn't matter, since we're going to be
Dennis
2 players.
asks where the devs are from. You guys are from Finland, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Finland. Yeah.
So it's going to be quite a distance between them and me, because I'm currently on the east coast of the United States. This will be interesting. Did you say public or private game?
Doesn't really matter. Both work, I think.
Okay, we'll do a private game just so I don't have to worry about anybody entering. I will put the... You know what? That was a waste of time because I just put the password on the live stream. All right, the password is GOG. Go ahead and do. Nobody in chat join. If you join, I'll kick you. I imagine there's a kick button in here somewhere. I'll do it. Don't make me. Don't do it. I didn't set my name either. Man, falling apart here today. Your guys' ping is only like almost 200. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be
It started off showing like 500, but it dropped down to
We'll be
180,
okay.
so should be fine.
All right. I'm gonna keep it on medium difficulty. Player levitation. I don't know what that means. What is player levitation?
It's with the wizard you can levitate your friends if it's set on, but it's kind of it's defaulted off because it's really easy to get past things like
Yeah, we're not gonna use it, so yeah.
Okay.
Best to leave it off.
And I imagine hardcore mode means if you die, you're done.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's way difficult, but
Yeah, we'll keep it
it's
on.
kind of fun too. But yeah, maybe better to keep it off.
For the sake of progress, we'll keep it off.
Yeah.
And what do we have here for character mode?
Yeah, we could try unlimited mode.
What's the difference between classic and unlimited?
Yeah, in classic, there's always just one wizard, one thief, and one knight. And in unlimited, you can have any kind of mix.
Oh,
so you could have 3 knights running around.
Okay.
It kind of makes the game a little easier, I suppose.
I'll leave it up to you which one we do there.
But yeah, either is fine.
Alright, I guess we'll just leave it on classic. The good news is that you guys are playing locally, and then you join me online, which is actually really, really cool. There's not a lot of games where you can do stuff like that. I don't think this game has split screen, so you're both going to be playing on the exact same screen. Looking at the same screen, and I'm going to be seeing you guys. So, at least there won't be any really lag issues between the two of you. So,
Yeah.
that'll be something. Let's get the game started here. I really, really like that you can have the local and online co-op working together. That is really, really awesome.
Yeah, we do like it a lot as well.
I have no idea where we're going to jump in here, because I had played the game a little bit. I got to a giant skeleton boss who was immune to boxes for some reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to jump in there or if we're going to jump at the beginning of the game. I'm going to skip some of the story here just so I don't spoil it for people. But the story in this game, it's pretty interesting, and whoever it is you got to voice act the story, I love that guy's voice. I hope you pay that guy.
Yeah, the narrator is great. And actually, if you wanna know a little secret information, is that the story was actually written by me, and the ideas for it were from our CEO, and we kind of like one or 2 days before we were set to record, we actually rewrote the whole thing. So it took until 6 a.m. the next morning, but we got it done. And
you got it done, and that's what's important.
Yeah, there's at least one sort of a small mistake that we made during those wee hours of the night, but not too many people have noticed that, so it doesn't matter. It's just a little consistency thing.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's a video game. Not everything has to be super consistent. But we have our 3 characters here. I'm playing as the lovely thief. Foya? It's like Foya, I think.
Yeah, Zoya, it's with that Z.
Oh, it's a Z, not an F.
Yeah.
Somebody already died. That's a darn shame. Who was that? Pontius, I believe, is his name.
Yeah, I died.
That you.
Yes, Pontius is the knight, and I believe the magician is Archimedes. I died as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Good job.
I was just standing there.
Off to a good start. We're off to a great start here.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good for the wizard. Let's see.
Use your boxes. When I was playing as the wizard, I found it extremely easy just to you make a box and you just levitate it and you just stomp it on their heads.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I haven't played Trine 1 for like a year, so I'm a little rusty. Let's see how this goes.
But I really like how, even though some of the classes are much better in some situations than other ones, there's not really any situation that none of the classes can somewhat get through on their own. Unless it's a specific puzzle. There's usually, like right here, there's the option that you can either put a box or move these boxes around to get past these spikes, or if you're playing as the thief, you can just use your rope to swing around above here. So there's a lot of really interesting options and ways that you can solve the separate puzzles. Alright, I think I'm going to ignore getting that experience.
Yeah, might be better.
Yeah. Because Trine, would you consider it an RPG? I don't know if it would necessarily be considered an RPG.
No, I don't think we would either. So it's got some elements, I suppose, but it wasn't the main idea anyhow. So
yeah, but when you take on enemies and if you grab those green things, that will actually give you some experience points, and you can use those experience points to buy upgrades in order to make your people better at what they do. What is a nice little bonus. How many... it takes about 50 experience points to level up at least the first time. I don't know if it takes that many constantly or if you need to get more over and over again. But
I think it's 50 all the way.
50 every time?
Yeah.
Alright. Because I think those change throughout the Trine series. It has to get more later on in Trine 2 and or 3.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. My memory is a little rusty, so
it's all right.
Can't trust everything I say.
So, since we're playing in co-op here, do I have to get both of you to where I'm at, or will you teleport to me?
I think, yeah, there's a lot of teleporting going on, so...
Alright, because when you play on your own, you only have to get yourself to one location. But I wasn't sure that, like, if I just run forward here, if the two of you would eventually teleport next to me. Running forward was a bad idea. Okay. Alright, I'm so alone.
Yeah, we don't see what's happening on your end, so we're still stuck here, waiting on...
Yeah,
So-
sorry, I suck.
You guys...
Okay, now because we see the stream.
Alright, here we go.
So you guys
Go, go,
won't...
go, go.
If I run forward, you're not going to teleport to where I am, unless I get, like, a checkpoint or something, I suppose?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, it kind of looks like that might be the case. I thought it was going to be more aggressive, but it doesn't look like that, so...
Gonna hurt?
Yeah, they hurt a little bit.
Wait! We need our knight! We need our knight in shining armor!
Yeah, Kai, where are you?
He's behind these blocks! I
Oh,
died.
shoot.
Well,
Okay, there
That's
you are.
alright, we got a checkpoint. That's all that matters. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, I'm trying to read chat and play this game at the exact same time, which is proving to be a little bit more difficult than originally thought.
yeah.
Yeah, I must admit I haven't seen the chat, so it's...
There's experience points to find, but there's also other collectibles you can grab, such as treasure chests that are hidden off in different areas, and I haven't been able to completely figure out what exactly you get from all those treasure chests.
Yeah, you get, I think, yeah, there's at least a couple of skills that you get, but those should be like, they shouldn't really require anything.
No. The box! Move the box! Put the box on the spikes!
Yeah, okay, here we go.
There we go. I love that mechanic. It surprised the crap out of me when I figured that out, that you can put the boxes into the spikes.
Yeah.
You just walk through spikes without taking any damage. That takes skill. That takes a lot of skill. So it's just...
You die again.
I really like how you guys have played with your mechanics here in Trine. So that even though it's a 2D platform game, which you've seen a lot of 2D platform games, you still there's a lot of really uniqueness to the game. It keeps things constantly changing. I wonder why the devs decided to not have equipment to boost your stats in Trine 2 while they had it in Trine 1. There's a question for you guys.
Yeah, we actually wanted to sort of focus on gameplay-related things. So all the items in Trine 1, they're quite passive and they don't add that much. But yeah, I agree. It would be kind of nice to have at least something. But yeah, we decided not to do it because they always take a lot of time to develop. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and we figured that we'd rather focus on the gameplay.
Did you bring those back in Trine 3, or did you decide to keep them out of the series altogether? Man, terrible.
Well, actually, in Trine 3, it's pretty much the opposite. So we don't have any skills or upgradable abilities. You get them all from the very start of the game. And the reason for that is that we wanted to get all the fun abilities, give them to you from the start.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you.
I'm like, why are you just standing there? Put the block on the thing, but oh, doesn't matter. I died anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll just complete the level.
Yeah, because I remember I didn't play a ton of Trine 3. Only got to play a little bit of it today, but the one thing that I was noticing that wasn't in it was that there weren't any actual treasure chests, whereas in the previous ones, there were those treasure chests to find. I think in Trine 2 it was mostly concept art and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's no treasure chest in Trine 3. So yeah, I was saying about the skills that in Trine 3 we took what we thought were the most fun skills and then gave them all to you from the start. And then as you progress through the game, you'll find new uses for the same skills, which is a bit of a different approach from the previous games.
You must hurry to the castle.
And this is the way.
Are you guys? Where are you guys at?
So instead of
Okay, here.
There you are. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, we waited for the loading screen.
Oh, we changed classes. I'm the wizard now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the wizard is an interesting character because even though he's a wizard, his magic is limited to creating boxes.
Yeah, and planks.
and levitating stuff. When you were putting your characters together, did you have a hard time trying to figure out what each character would be able to do? So I imagine when you're thinking of a wizard character, you originally don't think of, oh, well, we'll have him proficient in box making.
Yeah, actually, I think that stuff came pretty easy. I think the only one that we thought about was having a sort of a circle, like a what's it called? Like a boulder, but we dropped that from the game like 6 months before release or something. So But yeah, I think boxes and planks were pretty early on. It was pretty clear. So so yeah.
Oh, the box sticks to the spikes on the mace. That is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get past this, but that's really cool.
Where are you guys?
I'm stuck behind this mace.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, you got it.
There we go. All right. I thought that was like death fire below me, so I didn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Apparently we're all right. Oh yeah, and the knight has his sort of shield ability as well, so even if your wizard dies, well, that makes him just that much more useless.
Yeah, I think in the Enchanted Edition, Knight has that.
I got this. There we go.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
That's right.
This,
this is the Enchanted Edition of Trine 1. What's the difference between the normal edition and the Enchanted Edition?
Well, this looks a lot prettier. But yeah, there's a couple of minor gameplay changes. For example, the knight can't actually carry items anymore, but instead he has that levitation shield. So yeah, there's a couple of minor changes, but overall I think it's just a lot of upgraded graphics and some minor things like that. And of course, online multiplayer. I think that was missing from the original.
What I was going to be saying, that online multiplayer is, I think, the biggest change that we added for the Enchanted Edition.
Yeah. So basically, we actually sort of transformed the Trine 1 to the Trine 2 engine. So yeah, that explains all the technical stuff.
Because this game originally came out in, what, 2008, I believe?
Yeah, 2009, I think, yeah.
Or at least, I think the original Trine was 2000. There was 2008 something that I read in the soundtrack.
Yeah. I think our first trailer came out in 2008.
Boxes are so useful.
Okay, now the wizard has the plank skill, so he can make planks.
I've never actually made a plank before.
Yeah, well, first for everything.
There we go.
Oops.
Let me try that again. So something that I was wondering about the wizard is, does he conjure his boxes from literally nowhere, or does he just like teleport them in?
I think it's conjuring them from thin air.
But I was wondering because they've all got like mechanics in them, even though the mechanics don't actually do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we've explained that in the story too well. So yeah.
Okay, let's try.
It's one of those great mysteries.
Great mysteries of the Trine.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
So actually, since we skipped the part of the story, I guess we should go over how our three heroes met and got together, and what exactly the Trine is. Because it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing we wrote in one night before the recordings. Yeah, so. But yeah, the Trine is sort of a magical artifact that senses that the whole world is in danger, and
where am I?
Then the Trine sort of puts these three unlikely heroes together in the hope that they would sort of save the world, and yeah, it's worked.
The Trine kind of binds their souls together or something.
Yeah, sorry?
The Trine kind of like binds their souls together or something along those lines.
Yeah, they're basically occupying the same sort of energy space or something. So.
Is there a specific reason why these three were drawn to it, or was it just these were the three people who were in the area at the time?
Yeah, it's kind of like coincidence. So they were all in the area. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Three unlikeliest.
Yeah.
So will the Trine actually work on anybody?
I suppose if it wanted to, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything sort of anything in the story that would prevent us from adding a new character, for example. But yeah, we are pretty fond of the characters we have now.
Well, it just got me wondering, because when you don't normally see 3-player co-op, you see a lot of 2-player co-op and you see some 4-player co-op. But what was it that made you guys want to stop at 3?
There's probably been a good reason, but I don't know if I remember anything. So I think one of the reasons is obviously for the story, because we wrote 3 characters and we thought that they were pretty good. I think at some point we probably had a 4th character that we were sort of designing and thinking about, but I think we dropped that idea pretty fast. So yeah, 3 characters makes for 3-player co-op pretty naturally.
Did you have to go through many iterations of these particular characters, or of what you wanted the characters to be? Or were you able to quickly figure out, oh, a wizard and a knight and a thief lady?
Yeah, I think it was actually pretty fast. So I think we just I think we had some concept art, and those looked pretty good. And then we sort of gave the characters a little personality, and then everything just came together pretty fast. So yeah, now that I think about, like, thinking back, it's been like, I don't know, 8 years or something. So the memory is a little fuzzy on that. But from what I remember, it actually came together pretty easy.
My plank doesn't go far enough.
You can also make a plank and then, like,
Oh, that works.
That works, yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't usually have this problem. Alright. Because, yeah, the characters, they really seem to be able to build off of each other pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that we wanted to focus on in all of the games, basically. So I guess even more so in Trine 2 and Trine 3. In Trine 1, some of the things happened by happy accidents, but yeah, it all worked out pretty well.
Oh, I'm sorry, I trapped you down there with the plank.
No worries.
Trying to get used to being able to rotate these things.
Yeah. Okay, we made it.
All right, now how do I get over there?
Use the force.
I can't even suicide and spawn up there because the checkpoint's behind me. There we go.
All right.
I do have a couple of issues with Trine. Something about the mechanics in this one. Sometimes I don't really feel like I have a ton of control over my character because they'll do things that I either didn't expect them to do or didn't really want them to do. I don't know if that's just necessarily me. I am playing here with a keyboard. I imagine this game might control a little bit better if you used a controller.
Yeah, I guess it depends on, for example, which character you prefer. Mouse and keyboard works pretty nicely with everybody. The wizard is, in Trine 1 and 2, I think, best played with the mouse and keyboard just because you can, you know, draw stuff faster with the mouse than you can with the controller.
Right.
But yeah, I think if you're like describing stuff like characters not doing what they're supposed to, oftentimes maybe because of the physics involved, it affects a lot of things like the jumping and things like that.
We'll just keep that guy over there.
Oh, this is how we do it.
The hitbox for smashing things with a box is a little bit wonky because sometimes I'll put it right on their head and it won't do anything. There we go. Careful. Okay.
Yeah, the physics is not always perfect. So there's sometimes some accidents happen.
Careful!
Sorry, guys.
That's okay, we're immortal! There's no live system in Trine. Which I guess brings up the question, have you ever thought about adding a live system to Trine? I mean, there is the hardcore mode,
Yeah, I think that's the closest that we came to. So, but yeah, actually, in Trine 3, we are doing some experimenting right now with the spirit points and that kind of stuff. So, so yeah, in Trine 3 there might actually be not lives maybe, but something a little closer to that and maybe a little bit more challenging as well. Because obviously in like Trine 1 and Trine 2, it's sometimes a little bit too easy to just skip some puzzles and just progress in the game without actually performing too well.
A couple of these puzzles, I don't know if I've been solving them necessarily the way you're supposed to. Because
yeah, we get that a lot.
Yeah, it's like it looks like, okay, I need to do this, but then there's the whole, well, but I can also do this, and I still get across. I don't know if I'm breaking the game doing that, but like there was one in Trine 2 where there was this random log just hanging out on an area, and I knew I didn't really look like I was supposed to use it to get through the particular to get across a gap. But I just kind of used the wizard to put a log in one area, switched to the thief, and swung across for the log had time to completely fall to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is intentional. So we are pretty aware of all sorts of crazy stuff that you can do. And most of the time we actually want the player to do a little bit of outside the box thinking. So so yeah. But there's always a lot of players who find something completely new that we hadn't thought about. So so yeah, it's a little bit of mix of both.
Oh, swim again.
I keep trying to switch characters by accident.
I know, I keep wanting to do that. It's throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, I guess we're always really excited to see some like completely new ways of people solving the puzzles that we didn't think of ourselves.
Has anyone ever tried to speedrun Trine?
Yeah, I think they have. I'm not sure what the results have been, but I think they can probably do it pretty fast.
It'd be interesting to see a 3-player co-op speedrun of something like this.
Yeah. I think it would actually be faster than 1 player, so yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Oh, come on.
Use
your hands!
Yeah, of course.
Grab stuff. Okay. We're running close. Do I actually make longer planks? I do make longer planks.
Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't notice that. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of cool. You can always change the size of the different stuff with the wizard. Although, with the wizard's ability, it almost makes me think that... What all platforms was Trine released for? I know it's for the PC, obviously, because we're on the PC. But did it have any sort of, like, mobile or console releases?
Yeah, we did release on PlayStation 3 for the original Trine. So yeah, but that's the only console release for the original one. And then Trine 2 we actually released on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and then later on PS4 and lots of other platforms, including the Nvidia Shield and that kind of stuff. And on the Trine 1 Enchanted Edition, I think we released it on Wii U and PlayStation 4. So yeah, we've got the consoles pretty well covered now.
Nvidia Shield. For some reason, when you said that, you threw me off, and I immediately thought of the N-Gauge.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, sorry. Also, we dropped out from the game, apparently. We'll join back. Don't do anything.
Okay, because I was wondering, because you guys weren't moving. Yeah. So I was wondering if it was something I said, or...
No, yeah.
Alright, I'll just hang out here by the checkpoint. We got about 4 minutes left here in the first Trine before we're going to move over to Trine 2. And then we'll do about 40 minutes of that before we move over to Trine 3. So if anybody in chat has any questions at all for the developers, type that into the chat, and I'll do what I can to relay it over, or if they see any questions, then feel free to answer those. It's weird. The boxes have gears that spin, but it almost makes me think that it's like a power core you would plug into something.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, you don't ever do that.
Okay, we're back.
Ask the dev dudes, where did they get the idea of trying to come from? Are they Lost Viking fans?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have said that Trine games are a little bit like Lost Vikings, and I suppose that's somewhat true. But yeah, we are aware of the games, and I guess there's been a couple of bigger fans here as well. But it wasn't really a sort of a specific inspiration. I think overall the whole game world came together pretty easy, in the sense that we wanted to make a sort of a bright and colorful platformer with a sort of a fantasy fairy tale kind of feel. So it all just flowed pretty naturally, and I don't think we had any sort of game inspirations as such. I do know there is an exception to this, and that's the sort of original concept for the game, which was imagined by one of our senior programmers at the time, like in 2007, 2008, and he was actually going for that old school sort of platformer. But the game that ended up as being Trine is quite a bit different from that concept. So yeah, I hope that answers some question. I don't know what I've rambled on about, but yeah.
Did you guys have... What was the biggest issue you really had when you were coming up with Trine, when you were piecing the game together? Was it multiplayer? I imagine multiplayer always adds a little bit of more complications to any project.
Yeah, but obviously for the original version of Trine, we didn't have any online multiplayer, so that made things a little easier. And local multiplayer, I mean, yeah, that's a problem too, but it's not really that huge. So yeah, I think the biggest one was just getting the game done. We were having we didn't have a lot of money for developing the game, so that was always a challenge. But also the last few months of game development is always it's a little difficult. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to sort of come together, and yeah, I think we ended up pretty well.
How come you decided to do only the local multiplayer right at the get-go for Trine 1? Was that the limitation of your cash flow?
Yeah, it was a limitation of the engine. So we actually made that decision in 2003 that we were not gonna support online multiplayer, and from there on it was just it kept on piling up. So it was pretty much impossible at the time. But then when the first Trine actually had some success and sold pretty well, we figured that we are able to rewrite the whole gameplay engine, and that's what we did. It took like a year from all of our programmers, but we did it, and it turned out pretty well. And yeah, then we finally got online multiplayer as well.
All right, so it's 12:40 right now, so I'm gonna go head over and boot up Trine 2. You guys feel free to join that if you have it installed.
Yeah, let's see. What's the? It's gonna take a couple of minutes, or maybe a little longer. So
That's all right. That's all right. We got stuff to talk about. So Trine 2. When I load up Trine 2, it says Trine 2: The Complete Story. Is that different than the original Trine 2? Is that sort of like the difference between Enhanced Edition for Trine 1 and the original Trine?
Yeah, the complete story is sort of the complete Trine 2 package. Since we originally released the basic Trine 2 in, was it 2011? And then then we did the Goblin Menace expansion level, and then an additional level called Dwarven Caverns, which used to be just for the Wii U version. And at some point we added complete story. We added Goblin Menace and the Dwarven Caverns level into the main Trine 2 game, and that became complete story. So it's kind of not the same as Enchanted Edition. Enchanted was like port to the Trine 2 engine, whereas complete story is like DLC and everything included into the main game.
The main difference that I see really between Trine 1 and Trine 2 is just how beautiful and juicy the environments of Trine 2 are. There's vegetation everywhere. A lot of what we displayed of Trine 1 was like catacombs and caves, but a good amount of Trine 2 is vegetation and all kinds of plants and whatnot. I think even plants factor into some of the main enemies for this game instead of undead skeletons.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of variety in the environments, and of course, not just skeletons as we had in Trine 1 mostly.
Was Trine your first game, or did you guys have any previous experience before you worked on it? You guys have FrozenByte.
Yeah, we had for released games we had Shadowgrounds and Shadowground Survivor, and then some projects that got cancelled, but Shadowgrounds was the series that we sort of started with.
Yeah, because I saw somebody in chat mentioning Shadowgrounds and wondering if there was any chance for a new Shadowgrounds game.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I tried to type something. So. Yeah, but yeah, we've been concepting a new Shadowgrounds for a couple of years actually, but it's not something that we are actually. I mean, we're not developing it like properly. But it's something that we would love to do. So we'll see. In the next couple of years, maybe something might happen. But yeah, it's we'll have to see. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to say because all developers have a lot of concepts that they sort of would love to work on or would just like to work on, and we have a couple of other ideas as well, and something that we have sort of went a little bit more further than just the idea. So yeah, we'll have to see.
Just to check, which version of Trine 2 do you have? What does it say in the main menu?
Let me actually open the main menu and not just play. I love how you can, when you load the game up, you can just play around in that initial environment. That's really, really cool. But I've got version 2.01 of the complete story, which is build 425.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just wait for the install then. We had a different
version. You guys made 425 builds of this game? Holy crap.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. I'm not sure how the versioning goes.
Yeah, I don't think it's, at least we don't probably release those versions, but it like automatically based on like how many builds the system makes.
Yeah, it's probably that we've had that many release candidates. Might be the how it increments, because it's obviously it's not the repository commits or anything like that, but yeah, we're not sure.
So what would you say, outside of the beautiful and delicious graphics, what is the main difference between Trine 1 and Trine 2?
Well, Trine 2, at least we think and hope it's a little bit more cohesive as an overall experience. So we basically took Trine 1 and all the things that worked and put it in Trine 2. And I think the whole story and the levels and all that stuff is just a lot more polished. But yeah, now that we updated Trine 1 with online multiplayer, that's also something that both games have. So yeah, I don't know if Kai has anything more. we are not. I mean, to be honest, we are not the sort of marketing guys that would just spout out features from the top of our heads. It's a little bit more difficult for us. So even though we do all sorts of stuff, it's not always easy. We are not the kind of guys you would pick for an E3 booth or something like that. So it's always a little challenging to answer certain types of question. But yeah, I think that's still maybe the main differences.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So you guys, when you originally started working on Trine 2, you built Trine 2 with online multiplayer in mind.
Yeah.
Did you have much issues with the multiplayer for Trine 2? Or I know Trine 1 has a couple of issues when it comes to the multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did. It's kind of hard to explain without going too technical, but I think there was like a lot of stuff that regards to the physics, because we basically we have a host and then we have clients, and we have to make sure that both all of them basically have at least same or similar kind of physics going on in the game. So that was definitely one challenge. And I think actually what happens on the technical side is that the all players sort of have their own little bubble where they are the actual physics master, and then it's sort of just checks who's closest to the items, and it's also all sorts of clever magic going on, and sometimes sometimes it fails, and sometimes there's lag and that sort of stuff. But overall, I think it works pretty well. But yeah, it was definitely a huge challenge to get everything running as smooth as it is now.
Did you have as much of a challenge for Trine 3, or now that you already had experience, were you easily able to figure out what you wanted to do?
Well, Trine 3 is it's also been pretty challenging because now it's all in 3D, so that adds a lot of other challenges as well. But yeah, obviously the experience has helped, and we also have a few more programmers, so we can we get a little bit more done now. So but yeah, it's definitely been a challenge. But yeah, and I know that right now, Trine 3, we're me and Kai are here a little bit nervous when we're gonna play that, because it might have quite a lot of multiplayer issues. So so yeah, we'll see. But there's it's something that we have actually, I think the last couple of weeks, the programmers have been doing a lot of multiplayer work, and just trying to optimize the game and make sure that the bandwidth and every other sort of restriction is as good as can be.
Just think of it as a live bug test, you know? Yeah. We sometimes we look at the Twitch streams and YouTube, and we look at how people play, and it's a lot of face palming going on, but also it's a lot of it's just there's a lot of things wrong in the game, and we hope that we get to fix those. So yeah, we'll see. So Madcat Plays just mentioned a little bit about the music in chat, and that's something that is actually is it a full orchestra? It sounds like it might be, but I don't know. I don't have super musical ears, so I can't specifically tell if it's an orchestra or if it's computerized.
Yeah, it's actually I do think that at least the main themes for all of the games have been there's been recordings with a full orchestra, but most of the normal sort of tracks for the levels, I think they are just just composed by our talented Ari Polkinen, who is no longer with us exclusively, but yeah, he still does all the music for the Trine games. But yeah, I hope that, yeah.
Is there a specific reason why? Well, I guess it's probably cost. Cost is probably.
Yeah, it's cost. Yeah, like a full orchestra for one song. I think it costs like a few thousand euros per song. So it's not that bad, but it's definitely too much for a whole soundtrack.
So you guys are fully independent, or
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a publisher around for Trine.
Well, we do have some publishers, mostly for retail. So yeah, we do still do some sort of cooperation with some publishers just to get the game on the retail stores for PC, especially in Europe. But yeah, overall for the actual funding side of development, we don't use any publishers.
So there are boxed versions of the Trine games.
Yeah, yeah, in some countries at least.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in the back alleys of the game stores. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, retail is not really like it's not a big business anymore, at least for smaller PC games. So it's more of a thing that we do for ourselves, you know, just to have that box and just to feel like, you know, that it's a real game, you know, from the 90s or something. So
I do just have to say that I love the colors in this game. This game is so ridiculously pretty. Because right now, I'm playing a little bit of the single player, and I just got to what's her name? Zoya.
Yeah.
Zoya. I just got to Zoya's area after getting past Pontius's area right at the beginning with the tutorial, and his area was so bright and orange, and her areas are like these dark blues and purples and everything, and it looks really, really awesome. You guys did a really good job when it came to putting your color work together.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, I think
that's a word. Color works. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll call it that.
Yeah. Yeah, one of our level art artists is just left the office, so I can't tell the good news right now to him. But yeah, it's been we are pretty happy with the graphics as well and everything basically. But yeah, graphics is obviously one of the things that we get a lot of feedback on, and it's great to hear.
Is that something that you specifically wanted to go for when you were thinking of the idea of trying or just putting the game together, or was it just a happy coincidence that, well, that looks really pretty, let's go with that?
It was a little bit of a both, I think. I think we wanted to do a game that was sort of looked good, but I don't think in the beginning we knew that we didn't know how good it would look. So yeah, I think the last 6 months of development for Trine 1, that's really when all the pieces and all the graphics also came together. But yeah, I think actually we got Trine 2 ready here now. So
all right, let me just get out of this here quick. And we actually have a question in chat. The A8C has asked us a couple of times, how much work do you think there is still going to be into Trine 3 before you have a release candidate? Because what we're going to be playing today is not a release candidate, I believe. I believe it is still a pre-release version of the game.
Yeah.
I think a few months.
Yeah, a few months, yeah. So I think we're looking at August, September, somewhere there.
All right, we'll do a private game, same password, GOG. Nobody else join. I will smack you. I will send my hand right through the internet and smack you in chat. Don't do it. Oh, I forgot to change my name again. Still other. All right. Here we we're gonna go. Let's start the game here. I don't know where it's gonna jump in. If it's gonna jump in at my latest save from when I was playing this earlier, or if it'll jump in when I was just playing. Okay, it jumped in when I was just playing. Good, because I like this spot. Because this spot, I mean, the vegetation just looks so awesome with the sun in the background and everything. It's great.
Yeah.
Let's take a look around to find out.
G Pudding asks, MegapiemanPHD asks the dev dudes whether the characters are based on some popular characters from various media or maybe some real people or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. I mean, there's no like no one character that they are based on. I think there's a lot of sort of fantasy tropes and fairy tale things that we incorporated into the characters. So we definitely wanted.
You don't have a box wizard that you base the box wizard on?
No. Yeah, I think that was one of the things that we actually we thought about, maybe a fireball or something, but instead we figured that let's make that a joke instead. So,
yeah, because in the story there's the joke that the wizard's always working on his fireball to impress the ladies, but he never quite
elusive
gets it.
fireball.
Only his triplet kids can master the fireball spell.
That means eventually, in like Trine 15, you're going to have to give him a fireball.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do you have any plans to continue the series after Trine 3?
Well, honestly, to be honest, yeah, I think so. So, yeah, there's still, I mean, there's a lot of ideas that we still have for the game, especially now that we have moved to 3D. So, so yeah, I think it's very likely. But I also, I mean, yeah, the one thing is that we are gonna develop some other games as well. So we are kind of hoping that we could develop like 2 or 3 games at the same time. So, so yeah, we'll have to see if that works out. But that's the idea.
You mentioned your thoughts on a new Shadowgrounds game earlier, but is there anything else that you have ideas for? I know Trine 3 is still, not done yet, but are there any other plans that you're allowed to talk about for anything else you might have in the pipeline?
Well, we do have like two other games that we are working on. But it's a little too early to say anything about those. But yeah, they will be, if we actually release them someday, they will be slightly different from the Trine games or Shadowgrounds.
I've never played Shadowgrounds, but is Shadowgrounds also a 2.5? I hate to say 2.5D because I don't know what that really means, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
Is Shadowgrounds another 2.5D sort of platform game?
Well, Shadowgrounds is actually it's a top-down science fiction shooter, so yeah, it's way different. But yeah, Shadowgrounds was our first game back in like 2005. So we basically made the game with no funding and no budget. So it was just a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, we're happy about that game as well. And there's a lot of memories, good and bad, about the game. So
I don't think she's supposed to do that. She's not Okay, all right. That's
yeah,
a little
that works.
weird.
That works.
It works. It gets the job done. We do have another question here from Gapudding.
Yeah, Amadeus' wife.
Yeah,
Amadeus' wife. I think she's a character that we might see more in the future Trine games. Maybe not in Trine 3, but yeah, maybe in the future.
She's the
fourth. But yeah, right now it's. I mean, she's just like a voice off screen or something. So.
But she does.
Oh, she's also in the bag.
Did you say she's in a bag?
Yeah, she's in the bag at the end of trying to. So yeah, I don't think we've never seen her face, for example. So
That might be a
But
good
yeah,
thing.
she's
I don't
a
know.
feisty character.
There's a chance she could end up like the clown princess from Castle Crashers. So.
Yeah.
It was kind of strange because I didn't finish Trine 1, but after playing it and at the start of Trine 1, I called him Archimedes earlier, but his name's Amadeus. Amadeus was sort of like he's trying to learn the Fireball spell in order to get the lady's attention, and then it started up Trine 2, and he's married, and you start Trine 3, and he has 3 triplets.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean that is all in the final cutscene for Trine 1. So yeah, we sort of in the cutscene we tell what happens to the characters like 5 years time. So yeah, Amadeus gets married and has kids.
It was a little surprising because when I found out he was married, I'm like, well, is he going to be married to the only lady character I know in the series is Zoya.
Yeah.
And she doesn't seem to like either of them.
Yeah,
so...
no, she doesn't.
I couldn't imagine
yeah.
the 2 of them getting married.
Yeah, that's one of life's mysteries as well.
Where you guys going? I got a goblin back here trying to murder me. Freaking goblins. So in the first game you fought the undead, and in the second one you fight against goblins.
Yeah.
Is there any particular reason why you decided to for goblins, or was it just they fit the fantasy theme?
Yeah, and I think we wanted some variation. So yeah, that's the main reason. And obviously we had them in the story as well. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, you want to change things up for between the games. So yeah, that's really the reason.
Yeah, I think the artist saw enough skeletons.
Yeah.
In the first game. So.
So this is how you complete this puzzle correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
When I played this before, all I did was break. I died. I broke the wooden bridge, and then I just used Zoya's rope to go up top.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Nice. There's a boss fight. I don't. There's sort of a boss fight for this area. It's sort of a boss, not entirely a boss. If I remember correctly, that snake guy.
Yeah.
Or is that the third one? Am I thinking the third? I'm not thinking the third one.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
I'm sorry. I played these games in very quick succession, so it's a little bit difficult for me to remember which is in what.
Yeah, no worries.
Can you actually change the direction of these bubbles?
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you stand on the edges,
or if you can use boxes as well.
Yeah, or we can help you.
Help's a strong word. Okay. I fell off the thing. Give me a second. I'll try to. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Hey.
Don't hit the spikes. Don't hit the spikes. There we go. That's nice. There's actually a ton of physics stuff in this game.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned you've had issues making the physics when it came to the multiplayer, but did you have any issues when it came to making the physics just in general? Because you have a lot of physics that work on top of the physics, and
yeah,
with things like at least the Source engine and whatnot, which I have a little bit of experience in, it doesn't really like when you try to use physics objects together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we use NVIDIA physics, and it does a lot of the groundwork. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that the developer needs to do. So I think there were some minor problems, but nothing really too bad.
You mentioned you use NVIDIA physics. Now, I do not have an NVIDIA card, so I don't think I can really capitalize on that. I have an AMD card.
Actually, yeah, it runs on the CPU as well, so I don't think we actually implemented any at least major features that would require the graphics card. Yeah, so there really shouldn't be too much of a difference between AMD and NVIDIA graphics card in the game.
This is where I did that thing. I just had my wizard hold the log up over here on the right, and then I just switched to Zoya and swung up there. Because I couldn't figure out, I kept throwing this lever, but I couldn't get across before the lever went all the way back.
Yeah, well, there should be bubbles here somewhere. Yeah, there we go.
Are you in the
You
bubble?
can also do it if you jump
No,
on
that
the
was,
bubble. I can help you like this.
Okay.
Oh,
I see. So I was trying to think that you had to swing across on something when I couldn't find anything to swing across on. So it was a little bit finicky trying to get across this. Hang on. I'm just going to hold the bridge.
okay, yeah, that works.
Alright.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
dang it! No! Can I grab onto the box while you're holding onto it? You can't really stand on a box.
No, but
well.
you can stand on the bubble and I'll move the bubble
Alright, fine.
towards us with box.
Well, utilize some teamwork. You never lose when you use teamwork.
There we go.
There we go. I was about to wonder if I shot an infinite amount of arrows over in one direction, if that would do enough force to push the bubble.
That would be a fun solution.
Because you really do. You just haven't... You pull arrows out of absolutely nowhere. Which, did you ever have any thoughts of giving Zoya ammo? Or was it always just an infinite amount of arrows?
I think it was infinite. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think there were any points in the game where we thought we would like to collect stuff. I mean, except for the very original concept in like 2007 or 8. I think that one probably had some like concept of collecting items like properly and that kind of stuff. But yeah, for the final Trine games, I don't think we ever really wanted to have any collectible arrows.
There is a little bit difference between the collectibles with this one and the last one. You talked about... Oh, man, it's supposed to go backwards. Okay. You talked about the treasure chests, but there's... The way you collect experience seems to be different than in the first Trine. In the first Trine, you always had to find these jars of experience. And while those do exist in this one, there's also the little green bubbles. Are those also experience points?
Yeah. No, actually, how does it go? I think the green ones are experience, and the blue ones used to be mana in the original, in the very original game. I'm not entirely sure how it is right now, but yeah, the green ones should be experience.
What was the reason to change it around like that, include the smaller experience bubbles?
Well, I think we just wanted to have like more possibilities for the level designers to use different amounts of experience, and just different like graphically as well. So honestly, I don't know if there was any major reason other than that.
I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how in the world to get this huge bubble that's up here! Unfortunately, the grapple hook can't grab it and pull it to me. It's a darn shame. Darn shame. Where's our wizard? Is our wizard missing? Oh, he's stuck out of the box. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, we were yeah.
Did you disconnect there for a second?
No, I think we're still here.
Okay.
Just had a brief moment, brief scary moment.
Good.
Yeah, I have a bit of a hard time remembering the controls since I've been playing so much Trine 3 that I don't even remember. I was really stuck with the wizard for a few seconds there.
That's right. If is there a way to change your character?
Yeah.
All right. If you want to, I can switch over to the wizard. Since I'm more familiar with these controls since I've played more recently. There we go. All right.
Right. I'm the knight now.
I say that, and as soon as I say that, I'm immediately going to die. Oh, the mist rolling down the stairs. I didn't see that the first time. That is so awesome. Looks like the Legends of the Hidden Temple. The Nickelodeon show. Alright, so this guy is kind of a boss, but not really a boss.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to summarize that. So yeah, we wanted to have some sort of boss fights, but we really didn't have the time or resources to actually do boss fights. So yeah, this is what they ended up as. We are not entirely like, you know, we are not loving this snake. So yeah.
Because I remember the first Trine had some boss fights in it. At least had one boss fight in it.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were they were like pretty.
We do have the dragon end fights and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And in Goblin Menace, or the.
Yeah, in Goblin Menace we actually had some pretty good ones, or at least better.
Man, that's the first time we got a party wipe. No, it's not. It's the second time we got a party wipe. First time we got a party wipe was like 5 minutes after we started. Forgot about that. Come on. I'm smashing you with a box. There we go. Took me a while to figure out what exactly to do to this guy.
Yeah, it's not exactly clear.
If I remember right, you just gotta kind of jump up to the top and then shoot him in the mouth. These arrows are tasty.
Yeah, you gotta stand up here and wait for him to destroy himself, basically.
You can just break them as well, I think,
Really?
with the hammer.
How do I get the hammer?
Scroll wheel.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because that was one of the very few new mechanics in Trine 2 was the hammer.
Yeah.
Did you plan on adding that in Trine 1 and just didn't get the chance to, so you threw it in Trine 2, or was that something you specifically thought of for Trine 2?
Yeah, I think it actually. I think it is in Trine 1 as well. I mean, Trine 1 has the sword and the flaming sword, and then the hammer. I think it is still in the game. So it just happens a little later in the game, so in the later levels.
Oh, you picked it up later on. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. But I mean, it was pretty natural for Pontius. But we actually don't have that in Trine 3. So yeah, there's always a little bit of different sort of design ideas that go into the games, and we hope that Trine 3 will be the best one yet. So let's see how that pans out. But yeah.
I think I just
Why did
killed
you die?
you. I think I just killed you with those bees.
Drop the
Sorry.
beehive.
I'm sorry. Hold on. We'll go back. We'll pick you back up. I'm sorry, man. I couldn't tell if the bees were doing damage or not, and then they kill you. Like, yeah, they're doing damage. All right, don't do that. That's a bad plan. Okay, we got the knight back, so. But that was something that, in the first one, I really, really wanted some sort of downward attack. And I couldn't find... It didn't seem to exist. Now that I know that the hammer is in the first one, then that means there is a downward attack, which you gotta get later on.
Yeah. And also, with Pontius, you can actually just jump on the skeletons from a little higher, and they will crumble under you.
Oh, you can just jump on their heads.
Yeah.
You play a little bit of Mario.
I mean, you need a little bit of air for that. So you need to stand a little bit higher than just a regular
okay.
ground. But yeah, that's pretty fun.
I'm sorry for cutting you off there, but I was starting a little off guard. There was a giant log that came from my face.
Yeah, I think that's one of the acceptable reasons.
All right.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me put a box down here. Can I make 2 boxes yet? I can't make 2 boxes. Okay. How many... What's my maximum amount of boxes?
Is it 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think you can upgrade your skills, so you can get a little bit more. I think it starts out with 1 and ends up at like 4, maybe. Yeah, I think 4 is the maximum.
Wizard is the best at combat. He's a little bit tricky in single player, but as long as I've got you guys to distract him.
Yeah, we just
One-hit kills him across the board.
Yeah, we just lost visual on our monitor, but we got it back, so no worries.
You lost visuals on your monitor.
Yeah, the power cable.
All right, that's that's not good. Oh, okay, that's all right.
But
That's
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it's back now, so yeah, we can see again.
We got about 3 more minutes here for Trine 2 before we head over to Trine 3 for the last 40 minutes of our live stream. Of course, to those of you in chat, if you have any questions that you would like to ask to either of our guys here from FrozenByte, which I hope that's your name, and their name's not Frostbite, because I have forgotten which one it is. It's FrozenByte.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the amount of people who, I mean, the amount of times that the name is misspelled.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's all right. That's right. I'm the magician. Okay. Here I am standing waiting for someone to do something. Like you're the one who's got to do something. Okay. Yeah, but it's like FrozenByte for the computer kind of bite.
Yeah, we kind of thought it was clever, like back 10 years ago, but it's been really difficult to for a lot of people to pronounce and write. So I guess we could have picked something else.
I think it's all right. I think it's clever enough. It's not the worst. I've heard some really strange ones, like a smudged cat. That's a developer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think there could be like a series on how developers come up with their names. Because it might be fun stories.
What's that one?
Ours isn't any fun. I mean, it's just a name, but yeah.
What's that one that made the Fable games, Big Blue Box? I believe I heard an interview or something that that name doesn't mean anything. It was just the only thing they could think of that they thought wasn't stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some interesting names out there. Don't worry about yours. Yours is pretty tame.
Yeah.
All right, I think I finally ran into you guys again. If anybody has any more questions just about Trine 2 or any of the things, just throw it here in chat. I mentioned Trine 2 specifically because that's what we're playing here for the next minute. I believe you guys did talk about earlier that you do have Trine 3 already installed, so hopefully that won't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we needed to do a reinstall, but I think it's coming along, so shouldn't be too long.
All right, so I'll go ahead and end this and boot up Trine 3.
Yeah.
So the biggest question that's been popping up in chat every now and then about Trine 3, and I've been holding off on asking it until we got to Trine 3. So as soon as I launch the game, I'm going to ask the question if I can find it. Trine 3. Where you at? Trine 3. There you go. Trine 3 Artifacts of Power.
All right, and also, can you tell us the build version again? See if we can hop onto the game straight away if we have the same version of if our installer is what we need to use.
Let me just load this up here quick. That's right, Memories in 8-bit. The developer of Tower of Guns is Terrible Posture Games. So...
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I had a mid-panic attack there for a moment, but I think we're going to be okay. There we go. All right. So yeah, you guys, when it comes to your name's not that bad.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so that's it over.
But it's one of those things that you keep like thinking about constantly. Like every now and then you think about is the name good, and I mean right now there's nothing we can do about it. But yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Piranha Bytes. Piranha BYTES. That's right. Forgot about those guys. The version I have is version 0.08 with build 2,942. You had more builds of this one than the last 2 games combined. Holy crap.
Yeah, but we should actually be ready then in that case. So
All right.
Hopefully this works as we intended it to work.
yeah, and let's see how the online multiplayer works. That's gonna be a little nervous.
All right, it is made. Password's the same. Online bug. It's just live bug testing. That's all you got here. Live bug testing.
Yeah, we found the game at least.
Yeah, we found the host name other once again.
So there are actually some. Whoa, you got 1,000 ping there for a second. That's crazy. There are actually some really big differences between Trine 2 and Trine 3, to the point that Trine 3 is almost a completely different kind of game. What are all the differences between the two, this one and the previous ones in the series?
Well, the main difference is that everything is now in a fully 3D game world. So basically, you can run around in a 3D world. So the previous games, they were 3D as well, but we had locked the gameplay to a sort of 2D plane, and now it's just full 3D. So yeah, we're gonna reboot the game just quickly, but yeah, that's the main thing. And then there's a lot of gameplay changes that come from the 3D. So I think we've sort of focused even more on some of the core skills, and we're having a lot of stuff available to the player right from the start. So yeah, that's one thing, and yeah, there's also some interesting gameplay with the grappling hook and the rope for Zoya. So that's actually one of the things that we are quite happy about. All that sort of binding stuff and just yeah. You had more?
So yeah, I was completely phased out, so listening, trying to get the game started. But yeah.
When you say it's a full 3D game, it's not like a 3D platformer. It still shows everything from the side, but you can move in and out freely in the screen. So a lot of things are changed up. There are a lot of very different mechanics in how things work. You mentioned the fact that Zoya's rope is very different. And instead of previously where you could really hook into anything that was made out of wood, you can now only hook onto rings. You can actually tie stuff together and use some physics of... Well, earlier, I tied like a ring that was on a lever to a box and then wrapped the box around a post to hold the lever down. So it's like, that is really awesome. You do not see many games go to that level of physics-based gameplay.
Yeah, I think we're one of the first, maybe, hopefully, and I think we saw some good stuff at E3 this year. So I think there's other games coming up, and Uncharted 4 will have some rope stuff. But yeah, I think it's something that is coming. It's like pretty new to games overall, and it allows some pretty interesting gameplay stuff.
Something that's also changed up from the last Trine games is that because this is full 3D, you don't have the same kind of graphics that you had previously. Previously, the graphics, you had the plane everybody ran on, you had some 3D stuff on the front and some 3D stuff in the back, and all the way in the back you had your 2D background. For this one, it's still a little bit the same, except you can completely walk around in all of the 3D environment. And way in the back, pushed all the way back, is your 2D environment.
Yeah.
So basically, anywhere that it looks like you could walk to, you can usually go.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, for example, a tower in the background right here. At the end of the level, you will get to that same tower that you see right now.
Oh, I love when
so developers
do that kind of stuff.
You can see the same tower actually even at the very beginning of the level. So, you know, the 3D gameplay kind of lets us do a lot of these new things that makes for the levels to be a bit more sort of it gives them a bit of continuity that you can like see your target, like where you're headed, and
yeah,
like that.
That troll.
Sharon Raddick here has a question that says, can you ask the devs why they decided on the 3D and now over the 2D that you previously had?
Well, I think it's got a lot to do with just aiming a little higher. So we've always been ambitious, and 3D was a pretty logical next step in our quest to make even better games. So yeah, that's part of the reason, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we won't ever come back to the old way of Trine games. So that might still happen in the future, maybe. But yeah, I think 3D is gonna be the main thing from now on. So we'll see. I mean, there's some things in 3D that don't work quite as well just yet, at least. So we'll have to see how it goes overall. But I mean, yeah, I think a lot of the combat and a lot of the general moving in 3D is actually pretty nice.
Plus, I mean, this is the third game in the series, so you know you got to do the old school platformer idea of you get game 1, you get game 2, and then you get Trine 3D, which is all in 3D.
Yeah. I think we also were joking with the idea of, you know, announcing the game. We can say stuff like Trine 3D, stereoscopic 3D, everything with 3. So
yeah, and that was a kappa indeed. Almost.
Yeah.
I do have to give you some credit though. Your 3D has turned out to be a lot better than Earthworm Jim 3D. Definitely. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a few years. I mean, like quite a lot of years ago, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
Did you have much difficulty in trying to move the game into a different dimension?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, we basically had to relearn all gameplay design and a lot of graphic stuff as well, and also on the technical side, there's been a lot of stuff that we've had to sort of adjust and rewrite. So yeah, it's definitely. I think we may have underestimated the amount of work a little bit. I mean, we always knew that it was gonna be a difficult and bumpy ride, but I think it was maybe a little bit more. But on the other hand, I think we are starting to get to the point where we are starting to be happy about the game. So right now everything is coming together a little bit better.
And the early access has been really helpful for us in getting feedback from players about what's right, what's wrong. Like one of the things people complained about in the beginning was like I'm playing with the wizard now. The levitation into the sight I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard, so that's done with just moving my mouse left and right.
Yeah, and there is no cursor. I mean, there's a question about the cursor, and there is no cursor. So
yeah, there is no cursor for the wizard if you use gamepad.
Yeah.
So yeah, the depth levitation was initially just with the buttons Q and E, and you're using like WASD for movement. And so if I press Q, it moves it into the depth, and E moves it towards the screen like this. But now we also have bound it to the mouse scroll wheel, and you can also, customize the buttons as well.
I mean, yeah, there is a cursor, but it's not the same kind of cursor that it was in Trine 1 and Trine 2. So
also for Zoya, the way that she climbs the rope now has been put onto the mouse scroll wheel as well, instead of just pressing W or S to go up and down.
Yeah. I mean that allows for Zoya to sort of swing freely in 3D.
So you guys did mention early access, and this game is currently available on Steam Early Access. So what was the decision to put a game like Trine in early access? A lot of early access games end up being either big multiplayer survival games or roguelike games, games that have many, many thousands of millions of billions of things that could easily go wrong and need to be checked. While there's still a lot of things that can go wrong in Trine, Trine is more of a linear story kind of a game, not something you would normally see go through the Steam Early Access program. Why did you decide to go through that, and how has your experience been with Early Access? Also, I don't seem to be able to spawn back in.
Yeah, we're wondering about
that. It's the new system. Hey, come on.
Yeah. We gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go back. Yeah, sorry. I mean, this is one of the things actually that has come from Early Access. I mean, now we see your body there, and now we try to revive, and there you are.
Yeah.
So this is actually one of the changes that has been partly influenced by Early Access. I mean, we figured out that the game was a little bit too easy and there was not enough challenge. So we have completely revamped the whole checkpoint reviving system, and now it's still a work in progress. So right now it's a little bit messy, but it should get pretty good when we're done. But yeah, overall, early access for Trine 3, the Artifacts of Power, is something that we had to think about quite a bit, because it's not a natural fit, but it has been good to just see how people react to 3D and all the different gameplay changes and that sort of stuff. And a little bit of that was also some financial things. We don't like to talk about those that much, but yeah, it's been good on the finance side as well, so we can focus on the game and get it ready. We also thought about Kickstarter at some point, but there's some legal issues here in Finland that were a little bit. They weren't sort of. I mean, it wasn't impossible, but it was a little bit harder than for like an American company or something. So we figured that early access would be sort of a compromise between the sort of options that we had, and yeah, I mean we've been happy, I guess. The feedback has been good. I mean, not everybody likes the game or 3D, but I think that's to be expected. And most of the feedback and the criticism that we get is something that we can actually fix, or at least try to fix. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, Kickstarter is a little bit weird because you have to have some sort of American base, I believe, in order to get onto Kickstarter. That's why I see a lot of people who aren't based in the United States use Indiegogo, because you don't necessarily need that. Although Indiegogo is a little bit different in how they handle everything.
Yeah, and it's a little bit smaller as well. So
right.
At least from what I think so.
But it's good to hear that early access has really worked out for you guys pretty well, because the early version, the current in development version is not available on GOG.com at the moment, but you can right now pre-order this game on GOG.com, and you'll be able to get it as soon as it comes out. And there was a question in chat if there will be any sort of pre-order bonuses and or deluxe edition or anything like that, if you have any ideas of that as of yet.
Yeah, actually, I think what we'll do is we'll add everything that we have thought about into this version. So basically, the pre-order version will have everything that we have thought about. So basically, that means the soundtrack. So I'm not actually sure if that is public information, but yeah, the soundtrack is the thing that we'll try to add, and that's the same across GOG and Steam as well. So.
And you should be, like, with the pre-order on GOG, you should be able to play the game.
Yeah, I mean, we are playing it. Well, we have...
we're not playing with the GOG version right now, but with the GOG pre-order, you should be able to get access to the same
it
build
should be
as well.
there. And we will try to keep it up to date with Steam as well. So basically, you will have the same version on GOG and Steam.
Oh, so if you pre-order this game on GOG, you will be able to play the early build.
Yes.
It's I think it's the first game that has done this, and they have a really good refund policy as well. So
Yeah.
if for some reason the game doesn't work or you don't like it or you're disappointed or something, like whatever reason you have, you can refund it through like throughout the entire pre-order period. So I think it's a like really good, you know, way of treating players that you have the option of, you know, canceling the pre-order if at some point you don't like it. And of course, we'll try our best to, you know, make the game as.
Are you stuck? Should we come and help?
I can't.
Sorry,
I can't figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sorry, we were up the ledge and just.
I got
hanging
carried away
around.
showing off the roping things to other things mechanic, and I have no idea if I did things right or not. There we go. Alright, there we go. But yeah, that's really cool that you are allowing people to get access to the thing for pre-ordering. Now, will people who pre-order be able to give you feedback as well?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any special system for that, but I mean, you can always send us an email or post on the forums.
Yeah. And
So
now that we're on GOG, we'll definitely start looking at the GOG forums.
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
try to keep an eye on those as well.
There's also been a couple of questions here in chat about what all this game will be made available for. If you will have a Linux version, a Mac version, all that lovely good stuff.
Yeah, we will have a Linux and Mac, not at launch probably, but hopefully shortly after launch, which could mean a couple of months. But I mean, yeah, promises are always a little tough, so it could be a couple of months, it could be a little longer. But yeah, they are definitely coming.
And I think somebody was mentioning earlier about you know, Trine Enchanted Edition, Linux and Mac versions as well. We'll try to get those on GOG as well as soon as possible.
Yeah,
I think it's just a matter of the right person hasn't been here for a while to get those done.
Yeah. And yeah, we will add German voiceovers as well as Spanish and French and maybe some others as well.
Somebody was asking if we could add voice track in Rally English.
I think that would be awesome. Yeah, we could get the My Summer Car guy and maybe some like yeah, it would be fun to have like Jari-Matti Latvala or Mika Hirvonen and do some cameos. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it might be something that we could actually. There's been times when we've been thinking that we should do something like have a few beers and on a Friday night and just do the whole game, record ourselves as the characters and see what comes up. But yeah, so far we haven't done that. We'll see.
You talked about earlier this stream how the original Trine was released for a couple different consoles and other things. Do you have plans to do that with Trine 3 as well, or are you mainly going to focus on the PC, at least at the moment?
At the moment, yeah, PC. But in the future, like say next year, yeah, we think that consoles would be a possibility as well. So we're gonna try for consoles as well.
This area looks really, really pretty, but I think you guys actually ended up leaving the.
Yeah, might be we're having the game is still tried to load, but I guess now it
My
crashed.
game almost crashed, but then it came back.
All right, we'll try to restart. I'll be back.
What you gotta do is you gotta get this on the Wii U so you can get some Wizard and Thief and Knight amiibos.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can rejoin. So, password. Yeah, should be good. Trying to connect right now.
Has there been much change in the design of the characters over the 3 games? I think Amadeus has got a bit more of a beard than he used to. In the first one, I know his picture had a beard, but his model in-game didn't look like he had one.
Yeah, I think Amadeus is one of those characters that whose age is always a little bit of a mystery. So So yeah, we do have like some ideas for his age, but I mean he's a wizard after all, and there's a lot of magic going on. So yeah, his appearance might be a little different from his real age.
It's nice to see that you also added crouching, which was something that I don't believe either of the previous games had.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if there's any specific spots right now where you need to crouch, but it's also because we needed a button for diving when you're in water. So for swimming purposes, there's a crouch button, and then if he wouldn't do anything normally, that would be a bit weird. But yeah, there might be some parts later on where the crouching is actually like required.
I'm so used to drawing boxes, it's hard to get used to that you don't draw them anymore, you just make
Yeah, I had the same problem exactly just a moment ago when I was switching from Trine 1 to Trine 2, then Trine 3.
Because in this, you just press F and you create a box. Is there a way to make different sized boxes?
No, it's just one size.
One size fits all.
Yep.
I guess he's been putting too much work into Fireball spell, he forgot how to make different sized boxes.
Yeah.
So here's a good way of using the new rope.
Yeah, you tie the rope around the post. I still love that. That is really, really cool to see a game do that. There have been games where you could kind of like cut ropes and shoot ropes before, but there's like nothing I can think of off the top of my head where you yourself as a player, outside of a cutscene or animation, can actually put a rope around something and move on outside of like possibly a physics-based platformer.
Yeah. I died.
No, Sharon Reddick, he doesn't have a fireball now. It was all part of the joke.
Can you destroy the vines on the left side? We need to get the platform free.
I'm back.
You can try. There you go.
This is our own engine.
I don't seem to be able to move those.
You can charge the.
Oh, I can charge. Oh yeah.
It's on the ground.
Let's see. Oh no.
It's gone.
There's
Oh,
a
no. Okay, there's another one.
Yes, Chrono 85. This one lets you roam around more.
There we go. Finally.
Because instead of being trapped to a 2D plane, you can actually move in and out of the screen. It's not entirely a 3D platformer, because you do end up going to the right quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we did want to like keep that Trine sort of vibe in the game. So it's a little mix and match, but technically it's all 3D. But yeah, we wanted to have the sort of Trine-esque feel to it as well.
It's definitely much more of a 3D platformer than it used to be. So, you talked a little bit about games you've had for the future. Do you have any ideas of making like a full 3D platformer Trine game?
Maybe. I mean, we could do some sort of character-specific games at some point. That's something that we've been thinking about. So like a Zoya game, that might be fun.
I know as much as
But we'll have to see. Right now, we haven't decided anything or haven't really wanted to do those. But it's something that's been sort of growing in our minds. That we could do like a Zoya game or a Amadeus game or even a Pontius game.
A Zoya game, I would imagine, would be
I have a hunch.
like
We should go to the
Trine's
where the
A lot
other
of swinging
ones
around.
are.
Yeah.
The
like
black
Assassin's
cloud might be
Creed.
headed there.
Yeah.
Did you both die?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
This is the new system that we talked about a bit earlier.
That's right, I gotta go pick
so-
you up. I forgot.
Yeah, you gotta come get us, but I don't know.
Or
where
you
our
can
I'm
just
totally
you can
gonna
just
fall to
solve.
my death here. Oh, all right, there we go. There you go. There's one. Where's the other one?
Did you find our spirits?
I
Okay.
got Zoya's spirit, but I don't see where. the
Yeah,
other
I don't know
is.
where I am.
Yeah.
You just
Might be on
gone.
the other side, I guess. Maybe.
It's probably lost somewhere.
Okay, I mean, this is what you talked about. This is dev debug stuff. So
Yeah.
gotta show this to the level designers tomorrow.
Keep in mind, chat, this game is not currently finished. So, everything you see here is a work in progress.
But yeah, you two just go ahead and finish this. So, I mean, I think the next checkpoint is up ahead.
I don't really know what to do.
I think it will. I hope it will. Resurrect me.
Well, that's one way of doing
Well, this works, yeah.
Yeah. So it also shows that the game is a bit more difficult now.
Yeah.
The whole point of dying was to make sure we showed off the game over screen. You gotta show off the game over screen.
But yeah, I think the main change or the main point of this change that you have to come get your fallen buddies is that we don't want the player who is last to get left behind and then instantly warped to the other two guys. So when the system is properly finished, it's gonna emphasize the fact that you have to work together with the other guys to get everybody across the puzzles, and not just the guy who solves it fastest or gets there with one of the characters in the most easy way.
Right. We thought the same thing with the older Trine games. They didn't really have any kind of teleportation, so you had to get everybody manually over to the side.
I think it's more prominent in Trine 2 at least.
Yeah, I mean there's some teleporting, but I don't know if the...
And it works definitely with the checkpoints, at least.
So once again, experience has kind of changed, and no longer is it jars, but it's now these yellow triangles that are all over the place.
Yeah, Doritos.
Doritos.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what some people called it, so yeah, it's a pretty good name.
Is there... Oh, well, that one just fell into the abyss. Is there a specific reason why you wanted to change it from what it previously was?
I think, yeah, it's mostly graphics. So it's always been a little bit of a challenge to get the experience and other sort of gameplay items to show up in the game world. Because I mean, there's a lot of graphics going on, and sometimes they get mixed up with the backgrounds and everything. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. But I mean, we already know that the color right now, the orange, is not perfect. There's some lamps in the levels that look pretty much the same. So that's one thing. But yeah, I guess it's gonna be pretty hard to find a color that would be perfect.
It's alright. I got Spontaneous. We can cheat it. You'll spawn up here. Maybe?
Oh.
No?
Oh, we got disconnected. Oh.
I have a hunch. We should go to the vault.
Yeah, Pontius would level up with Doritos. That would be fun.
Might be headed there.
No, they don't heal by drinking Mountain Dew.
Oh, there's a lot of... Yeah, we should definitely contact both companies and try to get them some sponsor. Yeah, they could pay like millions, and we could. Yeah, that would be fun.
Somebody in chat was talking a little bit earlier that they weren't a big fan of the warrior character because they felt that he was kind of generic compared to the other two. And what you guys did to really change his character around in this game. And even though you removed his hammer ability, he can glide with the shield, and he's got the new stomp mechanic.
Yeah, I think all the characters are quite balanced right now. And especially Pontius or the Knight, I mean, he's one of the favorite characters for many people right now, at the office at least. So yeah, we wanted to make all the characters a little bit more balanced this time. So I think it works pretty well, at least so far.
Are we supposed to light these up?
Oh yeah, we need to get the same picture.
Yeah, did we? I mean, yeah, we did this one already, I think.
I don't think it's stuck. There we go.
We need to get the same picture.
Yeah, as you see on the wall.
I see one on the wall, but I don't see another picture.
Like on the...
Oh, there's a picture
the
on...
lights.
Okay, there's a ball in the thing.
There we go.
Alright, I didn't notice that.
Okay.
There we go. Because I did that once already, but it didn't seem to do anything. There it is.
And finally.
This game also has a bit more of an emphasis on swimming. Trine 2 did have some swimming. I don't remember if Trine... I don't think Trine 1 had swimming. Might have had a little bit of swimming.
Yeah, Trine 1 I think also had swimming in one of the later levels. So yeah, but yeah, in Trine 3 it's way more prominent, I guess, and a little better executed.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to get used to being able to now swim forward and backward, just like you can walk forward and backward into the screen and away from the screen. These guys are not susceptible to boxes. This is bad. This is very bad.
You need to do the box stomp.
I just jumped over the edge.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we are like. I mean, yeah. Right now the animations for Pontius are totally messed up on our screen, but
that's all right.
I guess they show up.
He's glitching around all over the place anyway, so.
Yeah.
Like I said before, keep in mind, chat, this game is still in development. It's only build 2000 something.
Yeah, the online multiplayer is a bit wonky at the moment, and especially since we're playing from Finland to the US, you know, the latency can be a bit problematic. And right now, I think the next sprint for our programmers is focused almost entirely on online multiplayer.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be a lot better very soon.
All right, so we got about 8 more minutes left here in the stream. So if anybody in chat has any more questions... Oh, there's a whole this over here. Has any more questions that they would like to ask either of our two lovely developers from FrozenByte, go ahead and ask those while you can, because we've only got 8 minutes for a chance to get a response from those questions. Do you guys have a Twitter, Facebook, website, any of that lovely nonsense, YouTube channel, Bebo, MySpace, AOL
MySpace
account?
would be fun, yeah. But yeah, we do have our Twitter is just FrozenByte. So yeah, and Facebook is like FrozenByte Games.
Yeah, Facebook is FrozenByte Games, and for Trine 3 it's Trine 3 Game.
Yeah.
I can write those in the chat as well.
Wow, this game, every single character in this game can wall jump. I thought only Zoya could wall jump.
Yeah, it takes a little practice.
Alright, and this game is currently available for pre-order on GOG.com. And both Trine 1, the Enhanced Edition, and Trine 2, the complete story, are available on GOG.com for 75% off right now. So if you're interested in any of the Trine series, head over to GOG.com and you can pick up the ones that are currently out for cheap and work on getting your hands on the new one. What is the price that we've got here for Trine 3? That is a giant box.
Kai, you wanna?
Well, the price depends on if you've got the previous Trine games on GOG. If you do, then you get a total of 25% off. Okay, now we disconnected. Yeah, if you have Trine 1 and 2, then you get a total of 25% off the total price, which is in euros. It's from 21.99. So that makes it
18 something.
Yeah. Yeah, around 18 something euros, I guess.
Yeah.
How did you calculate it? No.
I think I just saw it from. Yeah.
So it's about $20 US and about 20 euros.
Yeah, it's around $20. Yeah.
All right. Like I said before, anybody in chat, this is your last chance to ask any questions of our lovely two developers here. And I'd like to thank both of you guys for coming out today. It was a lot of fun. I never got the chance to play a Trine game before, so being able to play all the entire series with the two of you has definitely been a good time. And even though we've had a couple of issues here and there, but everything seems to have gone all right.
Yeah, thanks. It's been fun being here.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun joining the stream and talking about the Trine games, playing the Trine games.
I do want to apologize for anybody in the chat that we didn't have a full focus on the chat. We just had like our monitor situation wasn't the best right now, so we missed quite a bit of questions. But
there was one question that I wanted to answer. Some guy was asking, how many cups of coffee have you drank while making this game? Well, if I would be the average, I think it would be many thousands, since I drink around 10 cups of coffee per day. But
I drink tea.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the average around here, but I'd have to say like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands probably.
Yeah. Coffee machine is one of the most popular. Yeah, probably.
I think you broke it. I don't know. Is it supposed to do that?
Probably not. At least on our screen, it's totally wonky. So.
On my screen, you broke the one log from the platform.
Yeah. Okay. It looks the same here as well. But yeah, it's not supposed to do that. So.
Yeah, I'm dead, but I'm alive. So. I don't know, I can't join the game for some reason.
Alright, yeah.
Also a question to the coffee dev. Have you tried mate? I don't know what that means, Sharon Raddick. Like, do you mean coffee mate? The creamer stuff? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Alright. So we got 2 more minutes here in the stream. Do you guys have anything you specifically want to talk about or go over that we haven't discussed yet?
I think we've covered pretty well. Covered all subjects pretty well. And yeah, we would love to do a Trine movie at some point, but it's a little hard to do. So yeah, without any kind of Hollywood involvement. So.
A Trine movie could be interesting.
Yeah, it was in the chat, yeah.
How beautiful the graphics are for this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some kind of Final Fantasy type CGI. I don't know, yeah.
Gotta get in contact with Ubisoft with the fact that they have a movie studio.
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you guys again both for joining me here. I apologize for the little bit of an awkward ending, but I was trying to give time for people to ask questions in chat, but it seems like everybody's got all the questions and everything answered that they specifically wanted to. There we go. Okay. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do that, but that's how we did it.
Yeah, that's how we did it.
That's how we did it. Alright. Thank you guys very much for joining me today. It was a lot of fun. The wizard's now constantly just in a loop falling from the ceiling. Who the crap knows what's going on? But thank you guys for coming out to the stream. Thank you, chat, for coming out to us today. Like I said before.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for all the questions as well.
Yep, no problem. Like I said before, Trine 3 is currently available for pre-order on GOG.com, and Trine 1 and 2 are on 75% off on GOG.com. So, if you wanted a Trine game, if you ever wanted any of them at all, definitely go pick it up now. Coming up next on GOG.com, I knew what it was until I asked that question. I'm going to type next in chat. Give me 1 second. Coming up next is going to be Outstar playing some more Sanitarium. So, if you're interested in any of that, definitely stay tuned. And thank you one last time for joining us here for the stream. It was great. And maybe when Trine 3 is fully released, maybe we'll be interested in having you guys back.
Yeah, let's do it again. Thanks for having us. It's been great.
Yep. And I've been MegapiemanPHD. To anybody in chat who's been wondering if interested in any of my stuff, you can go to my Twitter, which is twitter.com/MegapiemanPHD. I got a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/MegapiemanPHD. And I've got my own Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/MegapiemanPHD. So I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys